Good morning, everybody. I think, and I hope that you enjoyed yesterday. It seems so, because we have a handful of people here, so most probably the party was good. Anyways, I really appreciate that you're here, that you invested your time to being here and having me here. So, good morning again. My name is Michal, and I'm the country manager at PayFit, Germany. And I'm here today to tell you a little bit about payroll and how PayFit makes payroll sexy. But before I start, I just wanted to ask and understand, how many of you heard about PayFit already? Okay, so we have some hands in the air, which means that those that put the hands in the air already know that PayFit is a payroll company or provides payroll solutions. The second question that I would have for you is, how many of you deal with payroll on the regular basis in your companies, like directly? All right. And the rest of you that put the hands down, and so don't put the hand up in the air, most probably deal with the payroll anyways, indirectly, because we receive the pay slips, which means that upon receiving the pay slip, sometimes we have a question, what this line means and how the hell this line landed on my pay slip. So then we go back to our payroll expert in the company and ask this kind of question, and then we receive an answer. So whenever and wherever we do, actually every one of us is directly or indirectly impacted by the payroll. And this is why I'm here to tell you a little bit how the perspective about the payroll can be changed, can be shifted. What I'm here about to talk about today is a little bit of an overview, what PayFit does and where we come from. A little bit about our unique technology, which makes payroll really very, very specific. And also about our amazing product, which is the result of this technology. But before we start, I just wanted you to do one very simple exercise. Imagine the following. Usually, you're dealing with payroll in your company, and there is a 25th of the month coming, right? So that means that the payroll date is due, so to say. And you have to put all the data you gathered all the data, consolidate all the data from Excel sheets, from papers, from time tracking machines, from time tracking apps. And there is a deadline coming because we need to put the data in the 25th to the system or send them to the tax advisor, and then to send the pay slips to the employees. So that means that the deadline is coming and we are really having a stressful period. And then whatever it takes, all of a sudden, is just to click a button and it's done. And this is exactly what PayFit is about and what PayFit does. Because what we are cloud-based service provider in the area of payroll, and we are revolutionizing payroll, so to say. We are serving small and mid-sized companies, so these are our customers, and we are offering a very simple, very clear, transparent, and easy-to-use solution. So right now, whether you are the HR, whether you are a finance director, whether you are a C-level person, it actually doesn't matter. Even if you're office manager, you can deal with the payroll by the click of a button. And it's possible because we realized in 2014 that payroll is really a very, very complex exercise. And I would say the following. If you imagine that payroll in Germany is complicated, it can get even more complicated than that. Because our French founders discovered that in France, payroll is really a nightmare for many, many companies. And they started to think how we can actually help. And this is what was the base of the first couple of months when we developed the first version of the product, which enabled to launch our service in France in 2015. That was also possible. That's in 2016 when we went live, when we got the first fundraising and later on another one. We just seen that the product that we developed was really not only very, very well welcomed by the customers, but also that the solution that we were offering was really awaited on the market because we really simplified the very, very complex process in France. And after gathering those very, very promising experiences from the French market, we decided that, all right, France is a complicated market in terms of payroll, but there are other markets also that are pretty much complicated as well. And this is why, looking around, we decided also to open Spain, go to Germany, and then quite recently to UK. And by the way, we'll be soon also in Italy. So that means that after gathering the experiences from the French market, which is very complex, we also entered some other not less complex markets, like for example Germany. And from October 2018, because that was our start date in Germany, in Berlin, we are serving already hundreds of customers and simplifying their life when running the payroll. Because what we discovered is really that for many, many companies, this subject was really like an unwanted child. But still, everybody needed to take care of this child, but still, it was something which was really not very, very welcomed. By the way, if you tune in on Monday to the news, you might also see that there is another point missing on this timeline. I will not tell you what it is, but stay tuned. It's really worth waiting. You've seen the point about the technology. That's what I wanted to touch upon shortly right now. We called the technology Jetlang. So it's like a language, programming language, because this is what it is, that makes our business scalable and scaling very, very fast. How is it to understand? So basically, we have the tech team in France, which hard codes. And then on top of this hard coding, we put a programming interface, which we call Jetlang, which enables whenever we want to go. So whenever market we want to open, to pretty much establish the product, ready-to-use product, in a couple of months without touching on the hard code. So that means that we have product builders locally that are dealing and developing the product so that we can scale very, very fast, open new markets very, very fast. But what is even more important, and this is what I wanted really to stress out here right now, is that that enables us to develop the product based on the customer needs. So that means that whenever we have a question, hey guys, I love your product, but I'm missing this, this, and that, we can actually say, all right, so we'll do that for you, because we are very flexible and very agile in this area. The technology of Jetlang enables us also to put a very stable product, because this is what it is. We have very, very little mistakes when it comes to running the service and running the app, and obviously enables us to really be really with touch with the customers on a regular basis. This technology enables us also to put the product in place, which is really amazing, because imagine the following. You have not only the simple and very intuitive interface, which is guiding you also through the whole process. So that means that you don't have to be like a payroll guru. I mean, we'll help you to be one if you're not already one. But what it does is that if you have something to fill in or fill out, then our app helps you on the way. So that means that we are also educating our customers in terms of be safe, I mean, creating the safe environment to run the payroll, let me put it this way. And on top of that, we are helping and we are enabling this with a very transparent pricing model. Because just to give you an example, the customers are paying on the go. So they are paying only for the employees that are already subject of the payroll. And on top of that, we are, for example, not taking the fees for the registration and the registration of the employees in the social security authorities or tax authorities, which means that our customers are saving money as well. And on top of that, because we also put and make available a payroll expert on the customer side, that means that our customers are also saving time. Because instead of dealing with some issue myself, I can reach out to the payroll expert on the PayFit side and ask some very specific questions. And the payroll expert is really, I would say, a very, very important add-on, human add-on, because they are live people, to our digital technology. Why is that? Because from the moment you decide to start doing payroll with PayFit, you actually you are taken by hand by our experts, and it's happening not only with the onboarding, so in your first steps, but throughout the whole customer journey. So that means that even later, you can have always somebody on your side helping you doing something which was so far very, very complicated and threatening, which is payroll. And last but not least, the dedicated payroll expert is also a person who is establishing a very, very strong connection with the customers. So that means that the payroll expert is dedicated. And all this, so technology and the product, all of this is in order to do that. So to go from the red area with multiple touching points when preparing the payroll, with multiple iterations when doing the payroll, and with multiple stress and time-consuming factors back and forth. So from the red area to the blue area. With one touching point, you put the data into the system, you see how the payslip looks like, and if you're fine with this, you just click the button and it's done. So that's what PayFit is all about. So it's really a simplicity, transparency, and very, very easy to use interface. So I'm pretty much sure that a couple of you might be also interested in going from red to blue. So if this is the case, guys, reach out to us. We are here for a couple of minutes. We can talk, and I can deep dive into the details to tell you how we can actually make it happen for you. So thank you very much for your attention. Have a good day.